All right, in this lesson, we're going to learn a few more ways of manipulating lists that is going to be useful to us in the future. All right, so I've already started the program here by making a list. This is called menu, and it's just a list of a series of strings of different kinds of sandwiches. And so if I print menu, print this variable that has a list in it, it will print out my list. Great. Okay, so first thing that I want to do is I want to show you how to remove something from the list. So you'll recall that to add something to the list, we went menu.append, well, and then brackets like that. Well, to remove something is pretty much exactly the same, except instead of append, we're going to use remove. And then we have to say what the thing is that we want to remove. So let's say tuna melt, we want to remove that one. And this time, if I run it, we can see BLT beef dip, no tuna melt, club veggie. So it has removed the tuna melt from the list. So that's very useful. If you ever want to take something out, you just have to say what it is that you want to get rid of. All right, the next thing that we want to do is we want to count how many of something is in a list. And so to do that, we're going to, let's just comment this out, and let's make a new one called menu.count. Okay, and then inside count, we want to put what the thing is that we want to count. Let's say BLT. Okay, so let's, well, I guess we have to print this thing. So we could assign this to a variable, counter equals that, and then print counter. That will work just fine, or we can just basically print this. So let's do that instead. Let's put that in there and get rid of that. So now print basically this menu.count of BLTs. Let's run it, and we see 1, and there is 1 BLT here, so that is correct. Let's add another BLT and see if it counts it correctly. Okay, so this list now has 2 BLTs, one at the start and one at the end. Let's run this again and see if it will count both. And of course, here we have 2. The count is 2 BLTs. All right, so now we know how to count individual elements in a list, but how do we count how many things are in the list total? I want to know how long my list is. Right now my list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things long. It's 6 things long, which I mean, I don't want to be having to count it like that every time. So what I'm going to do is, let's just comment out this. To do that, all we have to do is len, L-E-N, and then brackets. In the brackets, we would tell it what the thing is that we want the length of. Len is short for length, and so we want menu, len menu. Of course, we need to put it in a variable or something. So menu length equals that. Okay, and then we can print menu length just like that. And let's see if we get a 6 if we run it. And of course, here's the 6. Okay. If we put more things in here, will we get more numbers? Tuna melt, another tuna melt. So we should get a 7 now. Let's run it and see. And there it is, 7. Okay. So this is how we get the length. More typically, we would just print it here. So a typical way that we would use it would be to put it right there like that, and we can delete that now. So just print len menu, and if we run it again, let's just remove everything, see if we get a 0. Theoretically it should be 0, and what do you know, 0. Our length is 0. Okay, so that is it for basically len, remove, and count. 3 kind of basic ways to work with lists that are going to be helpful to us. All right, that's all for this one, and we'll see you in the next one.